Can I file for my Social Security at 62 and then switch to spousal benefit later? I get this question a lot. So let's dive right into it here. We're going to use an AARP article, and then we'll dive into a little bit over here on my other computer with my the lady, my go-to person on all things Social Security, which is Elaine Floyd. So a great question. Happens all the time. So remember, let's start with the premise that your spousal benefit is 1/2 of your spouse's PIA. All right, so we're going to use a full retirement age of your spouse of 66. We'll just say it's Josh. And we're going to say my benefit at full retirement age is $2,000 a month. All right, that's 66, my full retirement age. I am the breadwinner, the main breadwinner, so to speak, and my PIA is $2,000 a month. Spousal benefit for Charlotte based on my PIA is half of that. Half of my PIA is her spousal. So her benefit will be $1,000 a month is her spousal benefit. Does that make sense? So she will get half of my PIA. That's it. Now, if I wait until I'm 70 to file and my own benefit grows to $2,320, what will her spousal benefit be? It will still be $1,000. Why? Because it's half of my PIA. So for a spousal benefit, it's always going to be half of my PIA, regardless if I take delayed earnings credits, that 8% a year. All right. So just keep that in mind. So always remember that. Now, what happens if she files early at 62? We'll talk about that. Only if your spouse is not yet receiving. All right. So if basically Charlotte files at 62, I'm 66, Charlotte's 62. I'm not filing my benefits until I'm 70. She's going to file at 62 and get a reduced benefit because she's filing for her own benefit early. Does that make sense? Now, remember, she will get no more than $1,000 a month off of my benefit because my benefit is $2,000 a month at my primary insurance amount. She will get no more than $1,000, but she won't even get that until I file. So if I don't file, she's getting her own benefit. But again, because she filed early, it's reduced. It doesn't even matter if she filed early. If she files at, let's just say 66, her full retirement age, and I haven't filed, it doesn't even matter then because I haven't filed. If I haven't filed, she does not get the spousal benefit, only when I file. All right. So let's see. In this case, you can claim your own Social Security beginning at 62 or 60, whatever, and switch to spousal benefits when your spouse files. So again, my wife, whenever she claims, Charlotte can claim at 62 all the way to whenever she wants, get her benefit, and it won't be applicable to her spousal benefit because I have yet to file. The minute I file, Social Security will pay me the greater of the two, either her spousal benefit or her own benefit. Does that make sense? They will not pay the sum of the two. She's not going to get her $1,000 a month spousal plus $750 a month on her own benefit. If your spouse is already getting Social Security, so I am already getting Social Security, when Charlotte goes to file, she'll be subject to the deemed ruling under the Budget Act of 2015 with Obama and Paul Ryan. They closed the old file and suspend. So now you don't have a choice whether to wait and switch. They're just going to give you the larger of the two. Does that make sense? When you apply for your retirement benefit, you're automatically deemed to be applying for your spousal benefit if entitled to them. And again, Social Security will pay you the greater of your two benefits, your spousal benefit or your own benefit. Now, here's Elaine. So many emails. Let's see. Lower earning spouse claims benefit at age 62, which is less than half the spousal benefit. Higher earning spouse claims their benefit at 70, just like we talked about. Will the lower earning spouse be able to switch to a spousal benefit when the higher earning spouse files? Yes. And the answer is yes. When the higher earning spouse files, so I file at 70, again, my PIA is $2,000 a month. My wife Charlotte took a reduced benefit because she filed before her full retirement age. All right, so the lower earning spouse, Charlotte's benefit will be added on to the difference between her PIA and half of mine. Does that make sense? So basically, if she was getting, $600 a month as a reduced benefit, they'll add the difference between her PIA and half of mine to the $600 a month she was getting. That's confusing as it can be, but just remember, that will be added because a spousal benefit is your own benefit plus half of your spouse's PIA. A lot of confusion there. I get it. Just remember, you cannot file, you can't choose on which benefit to get, a spousal or your own benefit, because of Balanced Budget Act or the Budget Act of 2015. Now, you can't, there's one exception, and here it is. If you have restricted application, you're born before 2 January 1954. That window is closing. This might be the last year, actually. Let's see, 2019 minus 1954. No, you're still not there. So you're still not at your full retirement age yet. But that's it. I mean, those windows are closing for restricted application, because each year we go forward, at some point, it's going to be irrelevant anyway. So if your spouse haven't filed, you only get your benefit. Once your spouse files, the Social Security will give you the more of your benefit or you half your spouse's. That's it. If you file that reduced at 62, like we just talked about, you'll get your reduced benefit, and they'll add on if it gives you up to your spouse's benefit too. But it's just going to matter whether or not that additional amount of money of your spousal benefit will give you a little bit of a bump up to what your reduced benefit is. There's no other way around that. So not much you can do in terms of spousal benefit. Either wait to file for your spousal benefit or file early, and then you could potentially get a slight bump up. I frankly bet you won't be much, if anything, simply because, again, spousal benefit is only half. That's it. It's not a huge amount. I mean, if my PIA is $2,000 a month, my spouse, Charlotte, gets $1,000. That's it. So, all right, we'll see you guys next time.